Hey guys, welcome back to Barry's Corner. It's Emily here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my December TBR and also my Merry and Bright Readathon TBR. So I know I haven't posted in a while, and it's not because I haven't wanted to, it's because my camera, my phone, and my editing software broke on me. So even when I had my temporary phone, I couldn't edit anything, I couldn't upload anything, and the only thing I could upload during this time was a pre-filmed video, and that took a long time to get onto my computer, so it's fine. We're back. December is my favorite time of year to post. I finally have a camera right now, which is great. I'm still trying to figure out where to film, so it is a bit echoey in here, and I'm so sorry about that, but next video, that will get better. But I'm so excited for December. I'm joining the Merry and Bright Readathon, which is from December 9th through the 15th. As I'm currently filming this, is December 9th, so I'm so sorry, but I just got this. So I'm very excited to show you guys my TBR, and let's get into it. The first prompt is Winter Wonderland, read a book with white on the cover, and I know this is mostly blue. And maybe this is cheating, but the words are outlined in white. I really wanted to read this book. I've been wanting to read it for so long now, and I just thought this would be perfect for this readathon. Basically, it's a book told in verse, if you can see, and it's about a girl named Denver, and music and songwriting and singing is her whole entire life, and she just wants to get out of her little small hometown and sing. And so she meets this producer, which is pretty big in the R&B world, called Mercury, and he brings her and her friends to parties, to recording studios, and she's in love with him. She loves everything that he can provide. They lie a lot, but it's kind of worth it to her until it's not. And she's just trying to get herself back, and it's kind of just her story. I believe, trigger warning for SA, I'm not completely sure, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm so excited to read this book, you have no idea. So much so that I put it for 2 different prompts. I highly encourage you guys to stack books and stack prompts. She said it was okay, so I'm doing it anyway. And the second prompt that I'm going to be using this for is Elf on the Shelf, read a book that you already own. And I've owned this for a little while now, a couple of months, and I've just been itching to read it. I'm so excited. I feel like it'll be a short book. I'm kind of in a reading slump right now, so hopefully this gets me out of it. I'm so excited. I know this is going to be so good. The next prompt is Hot Cocoa, read a cozy story, and for this one I am picking Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson. This book I first heard of from a booktuber called Noelle Gallagher. I'm sure that you all have heard of her. She's amazing, and I absolutely love her, and I loved hearing the synopsis of this book. It was so compelling when she spoke of it. Basically, it's about an unexpected teenage pregnancy, and it pulls 2 African-American families from different social classes together. It basically follows, I believe, the mother of the teenager and then the teenager, and how it's basically a coming of age story, and it spans throughout 16 years, I believe. I'm not completely sure. I know that that's somewhat in the general vicinity of what's going on in this book, but I'm so excited, and it's also a pretty short book. I feel like the books that I do have, at least the first 2, are very hard-hitting, and I do think that they will become my new favorites, but they're also very short, and I feel like they will intrigue me a lot, so hopefully these will get me out of my reading slump. The next prompt is Last Christmas, read a book that you bought last year and that you never read. And for this, I am cheating again. I bought this book last year with a different cover on it. I didn't really know a lot about it, and then I gave it away and bought this one this year. And I've heard now a lot of things about it, and I'm so excited to read it. Basically, it's about a girl named Daisy Winters, and she is a 16-year-old Floridian. Nobody really cares about her. She's just a regular old girl. She doesn't really care about royal life, but her sister married the Prince of Scotland, and so now paparazzi are all over her, and the royal family doesn't really like how improper she is, so they send a guy named Miles to help her become a proper lady. I believe this is an enemies to lovers book as well. That's why I'm also using it for the prompt, The Grinch. enemies to lover, or an unreliable narrator. Yes, I'm doubling up on books again, and I'm so excited. I also think this has the one bed trope, if you know what I'm talking about. It's one of my favorite tropes. I love it so much. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this. I believe she also meets the younger prince called Sebastian, and he like takes her on adventures and stuff. So maybe a love triangle. Who knows? But I'm very excited for it. And I believe that's pretty much it. There's one last prompt called Baby It's Cold Outside, and it has dual perspectives, but I genuinely cannot find a book that has dual perspectives. Please, if you know of one, leave one down in the comments. I've looked my entire bookshelf, and the ones that are dual perspective, I've already read. And it's not even like I read a while ago so I can reread. I just read it last month, so it's just like I don't want to read it again. But maybe I'll find one. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm not going to do this prompt. I'm just going to say that it's a problem for later, Emily. So yeah, that's it for the Merry and Bright Readathon, and let's get on into the rest of my December TBR. The next book that I want to read is Know My Name by Chanel Miller. I do not know if I will read this book this month. I am just putting it out there so I can maybe have it in my head to read. It is a memoir, and basically it was in the news a while ago that someone was sexually assaulted in a college. It was all over the news. I believe the girl, Chanel Miller, had a kind of like a nickname, an alias, but everybody kind of knew it was her. And so this is a memoir kind of showing her side of the story. There's one sentence on the back that I just absolutely love, so I'm going to read it to you. It basically says, her story of trauma and transcendence illuminates a culture biased to protect perpetrators, indicating a criminal justice system designed to fail the most vulnerable, and ultimately shining with the courage required to move through suffering and live a full and beautiful life. I love that. I genuinely think this book will be so good. I don't know if I'll read it. I am doing a 24-hour readathon this month, as I always do in December. So I do think I will read this in the 24-hour readathon. I don't know. I think I will. Put a grain of salt with it. I don't know. But I'm so excited to read this. I think it'll be so heartwarming and heart-wrenching. It'll just be so beautiful. The next book I know I'm going to be reading in my 24-hour readathon, and it is The White Book by Han Kang. I love the cover. It is so stunning. It's just so simplistic, so perfect. And basically this is a translated work from Korean, and it is the exploration of the color white through grief. And the inspiration for this was the author's sister dying right when she was born, and she didn't really know her sister, and it was a whole thing. There are 3 parts of it. It was so beautiful. It is also very short. I feel like reading this in a 24-hour readathon, I can get the most out of my time. I also feel like I know that I love this book. It'll be such a good stepping stone to be like, I accomplished something, but it was really just a short book. I always recommend this book to anybody, 5 out of 5 stars. So if you are interested in the synopsis, please pick it up. Maybe we can buddy read because it's so good. I've got to throw a Christmassy book in here. The Afterlife of Holly Trace by Cynthia Hand. If you know Emma Books, this is her favorite Christmassy book of all time. She rereads it every single year. She just reread it. So I'm so excited to read this book. It's basically a Christmas Carol retelling. If you know Scrooge, you know that he had ghosts of past, present, and future come to him because he was such a mean guy, hated Christmas, hated people around him. And they kind of, before he died, kind of made sure that if he went back, he'd be a better person. So he went back and became a better person, and it's kind of this whole system, and they do the same thing to Holly, which is the main character in this book. But instead of going back and becoming a better person, she's still a Scrooge, and she's still mean, and so instead of being able to live her life, she now becomes one of the ghosts and is helping other people become better people. And I have heard such great things about this book. It is deckled edged, if you can see that. I hate that. I hate that so much because I can't flip the page. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm so excited. I think this is one of the books that I'm going to 100% be reading in the 24-hour readathon because it's Christmassy and it just will have all the vibes that I need during that time. Also, if you guys hear some noise now, I am so sorry. I'm still trying to figure out my setup, especially since I just moved back home, and the home that I moved to is a new home, so it's very complicated. But the next book is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover has been just a rage. She's always been pretty popular, but because of Book Talk now, it's just been insane. And this book, I believe, is becoming a movie. So I wanted to pick it up and read it before the movie comes out. I've never read anything by Colleen Hoover, but I was very excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to read this month. I'm going to be honest. I think out of every single one of these books, this is a book that I will not get to. And I don't even think I'm going to be reading it in my 24-hour readathon. I don't really know much about it. I know that it's going to have a romance in here. It's probably going to be hard-hitting, I believe. It's going to have a lot of twists, apparently. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you more. If you liked it, please let me know. I watched books with Chloe, her reading vlog, and she hated this book, but everybody else seems to love it. So let me know if you loved it. Because I might not get to it, but I'm just putting it out there that I might get to it. Now the last book that I want to read is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I've had this on a couple of TBRs, and I know that a lot of you guys are mad at me because I haven't read it yet. But guess what? I started reading it last month and I never finished it. So I need to read it before the end of the year because I've already started it. I was really enjoying it, but because it's a thriller and I don't really vibe with thrillers, it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out with me, not because I wasn't liking it, but I have to be all in or I won't finish it. So I have to be all in. I will be all in. Maybe this could be another book in my 24-hour readathon because I've already started it. It's a thriller. It'll go by quickly. I don't want to use my 24-hour readathon as like an excuse, but like it needs to be. That's why my 24-hour readathon is an excuse for every single one of these books, because I am in a reading slump, and to actually read these books I will need that excuse. So I'll definitely finish this. I promise 100%. If I don't finish anything else, it needs to be this book. Okay. That is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you guys enjoyed the Christmassy setup. I know that there's been a couple of noises along the way. This is also very echoey, but hopefully it's somewhat okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, comment, like this video. All of my social links are down in the description box below, as well as my Amazon wishlist if you would like to be very kind during this holiday season and gift me a book. And yeah, bye.